Subscribe for the very latest.
Bye, Daddy.
Core Room, more than a podcast.
I'm sorry, I don't want to change subject.
No.
Please. But I had a question. As far, because there was a friend of mine, he's a Latino friend of mine, and he's a big Drake fan, and we was going back and forth about everything and all stuff. So we got to this one point where we were having a conversation about who won, who lost after it was all said and done.
Right.
And then we were like, I was saying that, it was clearly Kendrick won. And I was saying that there is a general consensus. Like, of course, the hip hop heads are saying that Kendrick won. But what I'm saying is that as far as a community standpoint, like black people, when I look at hip hop and I look at black people, there's a marriage between the two. So what I'm saying is there's a very strong black consensus, especially when it came to the questioning Drake's blackness or authenticity of.
He's a black man, though. You can't.
No, I'm not saying he's not a black man. I'm not saying he's not a black man at all. What I'm saying is his willingness to claim it when need be, or when he's supposed to.
Right.
When we're saying how Drake has never made a record in pro-black.
That's a fact.
Or Drake has never never really ups black people in his music. For him to say the words to get the slaves free and to say the words, the George Zimmerman line, like him dropping those verses after Kendrick called him out on that and you basically took the bait and you ran with it. It's like, how do you feel the black hip hop consensus is around Drake right now? As far as, I feel like there's a lot of fans. He's lost a lot of fans.
He has lost
in that aspect. I feel like there's people, the hip hop fans that are not, that don't care about the blackness of hip hop are riding with Drake. But I feel like you can't not have one without the other. If there's no black people, there is no hip hop. Like it is a black art form. It is our art form. And I'm not saying that white and Spanish and all them other cats can't get down. And I love what they contribute and what they do. But when we say salsa music, that is a Latino art form. When we say other genres of other music, it belongs to whatever genre that is. Hip hop is a black art form. So when I say that there is a marriage between black and hip hop, and there's a consensus of how we feel about and what Kendrick is kind of putting light to when it comes to this, how do y'all feel about that? Like, how do y'all feel like it's been received?
I mean, as far as it being like people receiving it, I feel like it's more of one of those things where people are very loyal to Drake, right? So they are going to say that it's all lies, and then they're going to, they're just going to rock with Drake because he has a connection to certain people, I do think though that a lot of people, he lost a lot, even people who live in Toronto. A lot of them are not rocking with him anymore because of the picture that Kendrick painted. And for some reason, they didn't see it. Because people have been saying this for years about him. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true at all. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I think that he'll be. I still think he's going to be okay.
Yes,
I think he's going to be okay. I mean, it don't change about how I feel about him. You know what I mean? That's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Like, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I feel like we just need to just pack up whatever genre of music and go make another one and let these people have hip hop. Let them have it. You know why? Because we don't own it. Right? We don't own it. We don't, and what it was made for, is being weaponized now. So let's just shut it down. Let's go back underground. Let's make some rules up and bring back the original rules of it. Because see, when you got somebody like Drake telling us how far we can go in this type of genre of what we do, who are you? Right? You got what you got streams, something that people can buy, cool. But you ain't nobody to tell somebody how the game goes. Right? And I think that goes to like that does for me, I start to think about who he is. I do start to think about color at that point. Right? Because I start thinking about his motives and what he does as in like throughout the whole time of like when everybody was, you know, marching and rioting and doing all that stuff, he ain't say a word. He ain't say nothing. You know, he just kept on making other music like it didn't matter. Right? So yeah, I just think let Drake be the leader of this. Let's just take hip hop and go back underground. Let them have it. You know, we can call whatever we can call it some other type of different hip hop. You know, we'll just take the word boom bap or whatever, reality rap, whatever we gonna call it. Let's just call it something else. Let's get our own award shows. Let's get our own TV shows. Because at the end of the day, it's not cool that somebody like Drake is going to be okay after this. It's not cool. You know what I mean? You know, it's I don't know, man. I do feel sometimes I do feel what Kendrick is saying. I do feel it that way. You know, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, let's just pull the plug on all of this. Let's just go.
So do you feel like this new music, are we saying it's not? Because I think I understand what you're saying. Is it to make a whole new art form?
No, it's to take the art form that we already have and make it relevant in a different space. You know what I mean? Like take what we got. Let's because I'm gonna tell you straight up. As I've became a father again, it worries me. Like I'm worried that some of these girls out here, you know, they are, and Drake does songs with them too, like Sexy Red and all of them. Like it bothers me, man. You know what I mean? Like it bothers me that they're able to do all of this ratchet stuff and nobody says nothing. Or the people who are saying things, their voices are not being heard. You know, and they get to reap the benefits of what I've seen grow from a baby, an infant stage. They get to reap the benefits of all of this. And you know, I don't know where it's going to go in the future. It's going to go somewhere way left.
So may I ask this question? Sorry, I don't mean to cut y'all off.
No, you good. You good.
But what do you? I'm not saying the sound, but the content. What do you feel like would? What do you feel like that should reflect? Like, what do you think would reflect? Because music is, especially with us, it's always reflected what we have been going through, right? From soul music to jazz to R&B to to rap hip hop, it is always reflected what we were going through in time. So what do you feel that the content would reflect?
I'm a person that I can relate to good and bad things. You know, I'm a person, and some people may not agree with it. Some people think that everything should sound hunky dory, like everything should be like all good things. But I believe that you can use certain situations that people go through in life, depression and things that you see, you can use that and paint it in a picture that represents survival, right? You can take bad and paint in a picture of, you know, just expressing what I'm going through. You don't have to weaponize it, but you just use it as an expression to, you know, to get things off your chest. You can. It can be used, but it's just a balance. The balance is what I'm looking for. But what's happening is that they doing too much. They doing too much. I seen this girl, what's her name? Suki? Whatever her name is. Yo, she doing too much. She doing too much. Yeah, she doing too much. She doing too much. Like it's when I promise you, when I saw her, when I saw that girl, I said, oh, nah. Nah. They coming after my babies, dog. That's how I felt. Like, yo, they coming after my babies. Because when my daughter gets older and she see, come on, man. And I'm not saying that she's not mentally strong enough to understand, but you trying to plant the seed. And here's the thing: if there was 5 more Lauryn Hills out here to balance this out, I wouldn't even be having this conversation.
But Lauryn Hill, that's my thing. It's hard for you to bring out another Lauryn Hill when Lauryn Hill is the baby of what was present, what came before. What is the babies of what's being produced now? Real reflective music was what was being played on the radios. That was being thrown into Lauryn Hill to produce a Lauryn Hill. No, that is not being projected on the sound waves.
And that's what I'm saying. They're not even giving them an opportunity. They're not even giving them an opportunity. There's many of them out there. But see, those Lauryn Hills, they feel like they gotta twerk their way to even get a foot in the door.
So yeah, like, it really is on the gatekeepers then at the end of the day.
Oh, that dog, they sitting there looking at these little girls. They 60, 70 years old looking at these little girls, just watching them. And exploiting them and telling them to do this stuff, man. And see, that my thing is this, like, yo, I wouldn't even be talking about this if there was some type of balance of some sort. I'll be fine. But dog, there's no balance. And once again, I got 2 girls. So I'm supposed to care about what you doing? Right. So I'm supposed to care about what you doing? I'm supposed to care about what you doing and not mention it, not say nothing. I'm supposed to build a platform and not even mention what y'all doing. That's what I'm supposed to do? No, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, for real, people need to protect their kids at all costs, man. Because it's a lot more going on. You know, half these kids probably was born pill heads, and they just push them into society and let them be them. And they're gonna push all of whatever's on them on your kids. I'm telling you, man, it's scary out here. And the art that we got reflects that. Mm-hmm. And somebody like Drake don't even address it. At least Kendrick addresses it. I'm not saying Kendrick is the perfect artist. I know Trim has his issues with Kendrick, cool. But at least he at least if you give me an option, be like, yo, which one I'm gonna leave my kid with? I'm not choosing Drake.
Hell no.
I'm not choosing Drake. I'm like, yo, listen to this Kendrick album. At least he talking about something. He doing songs with Sexy Red. He out here acting like he in love with this girl, bro.
You know what? Yeah, that's right. I think Drake almost approaches music through an analytics POV.
Absolutely,
1000%.
He just go in there. He just like, man, okay, what's popping right now? Oh, they just twerking and whatnot. Who's
Sexy
the hottest
Red.
twerker? Cool. Let me
Right.
get on this train real quick. Get this cash grab and then move on to something else.
And
Like,
that's why I'm going on this rant, because he's the problem. He hopping on like I'm gonna hop the Sexy Red. Why?
Like,
why are you doing that?
Do y'all feel like there is a Toronto hip hop sound?
Absolutely.
So, do you feel like Drake has ever?
Because they have a heavy Jamaican. No, he does. They have a heavy Jamaican presence there. That's why you be hearing them with the. Let's say a little earlier with the Caribbean. You know, like remember Cardinal Official? Remember him?
Yeah,
That's
nice.
Toronto. That's Toronto, right? So you can see him hopping on that wave. Then he gonna hop on another wave with some trap. Then he go hop on another wave when he goes singing. Come on, you can't, if you're not consistent with something, then whatever you started is not completed.
So what if I play devil's advocate and say he's not going to be a one-trick pony?
It's not about being a one-trick pony, right? It's about, all right, imagine this. You building a house, right? You go build a kitchen. You say, you know what? All right, forget that kitchen. I'm going to go build the bathroom. You go to the bathroom. You say, you know what? Oh, let me go to the basement. Then you go to the basement. Oh, you know what? Let me go to the garage, right? 5 years later, you got half the kitchen done. You got half the bathroom. You got half the garage, right? So it's not about being a one-trick pony. It's about taking something, planting the seed, and then letting it flourish. It's still the same tree, right? It's still the same tree, but it's, like Nas. Nas still been in the same vein for years, but we never call Nas a one-trick pony. You would never call Jay a one-trick pony. You would never call J. Cole a one-trick pony. It's all about mastering a craft. But all we got from Drake is a half-built house.
There's no growth.
None.
Yo, that's wild. I have built house. He's almost like, what's that dude? Not mine. I was thinking like he literally just, even with other artists, they can enter different environments or have different collaborations, but still be themselves within that context. Right, you can say like a Nas, a Jay-Z, or a Jadakiss. They could do a collab like, oh, this is interesting that you may not think of, but they still them in that environment. Drake is just he just almost like Shaolin. He just changes completely, and then to that environment, and then when he goes to something else, change to that. So you never know who technically who is real, like really is Drake. Like you just don't. Right. He just keeps masquerading and it's just like
right.
I saw someone I saw someone say it someone say he had a rap game Shang Tsung.
That's what it is.
And Kendrick, Wu Kang is bomb. That's literally what happened in this rap battle.
You know what's crazy though? So Jay had a quote. Jay says, "Let me show you how to move in a room full of vultures." Right? Meaning, let me show you how to move amongst the wolves, amongst these people that don't mean me no good. I'm gonna finesse all of them. Drake becomes the vulture. He can't move in the room. He blends in.
Yep.
He don't know how it feels to be a black sheep. He don't know how to be different. So how is it that you're the best at something when you're mediocre at everything that you do? You're not the best rapper. Right? You're not the best singer. You're not the best actor. So you got away with being mediocre at everything, and then they say you great. That's the greatest trick I've ever seen any artist do. I've never seen, dog. If you're mediocre, we gonna call you that. So what happens to Drake is that Drake tried. He had a great career on paper, and then he ran up on the wrong person. The same person that he's been beefing with for many years. So he knows how he is. He knows Kendrick. Come on, man. But he don't know. Here's the thing. You know, Kendrick don't come out all the time. Right? And just like Rhapsody said, if he's quiet, he's cooking. He's cooking.
With everything.
So, and he been gone for a minute. And he said, you know what? This is it. I'm bringing the boogeyman's back, and I'm calling Drake out.
But here's the thing. This is the thing that's kind of surprising with Drake is like Drake. I think maybe Drake got maybe a somewhat lax because of the previous quote unquote beefs he done had. He just kind of like with Meek Mill, etc. You know, hit him with the two punches and got up out of there.
And we found out Daylight wrote that beef, by the way.
Yeah,
Daylight wrote that beef to Meek Mill. That's even wilder. But I said, K-Dot been telling y'all this the same. He been giving y'all the goddamn game plan this whole decade. That's a fact.
I don't like. Ever since that Control, he been telling y'all, I don't like none of y'all. I'm coming to take your fans, so on and so forth. And y'all still don't believe him. And
he cool with Pusha T. He's cool. Cool with.
He said that. He said that. So I'm cool with y'all, but I'm planning on destroying you at the same time.
Right. And that's how it should be.
Should be. So for Drake to think he ain't finna go like for K-Dot not to just bring the whole kitchen sink is kind of wild to me. I'm like,
he didn't bring the kitchen sink. He bought the knives in the kitchen.
Yeah, he brought the kitchen. He brought the living room set, the dining room set.
Boy, he bought all the fixings.
And you know what's even worse? He hit him with every angle in battle rap. Like in battle rap, you start hitting with different angles. He said, you know what? I'm gonna attack your character. I'm gonna attack your behaviors, and then I'm gonna actually attack your style. I'm gonna take your style, make the shit hot, and I'm still gonna hit you with that. So it's just like. He hit the draw four on you. He hit the draw four Uno card on you.
And then he turned the whole West Coast against him, man.
That song was getting played.
The way that song come on, I'm like, yo, you know that's gonna be played on every historical black college this fall when that football season come around. It gonna be it. Buzzing on.
Right. I asked Trim. I said, wait a minute, Trim. I can go on right now. I can stream this song. He was like, yeah. I said, man, I've been bumping that song ever since I found out I could stream it. I was like, oh, nah. They not like us.
Yes, to our own Kung Fu Kenny. How do you feel about this whole exchange?
Uh-oh.
Y'all really want to hear what I got to say?
Come on with the Skip Bayless take. Come on with the Skip Bayless take.
Kendrick is the villain.
Yeah, that was definitely a villainous act. That's for sure.
I mean, hip hop lost. That's who lost. Hip hop lost. Just like, I mean, I champion everything that Tino said for sure. Universal is definitely the winner. You also got a question. You guys mentioned about gatekeepers. Well, who controls the gatekeepers? Because how was whatever's going on in hip hop now was be able to flourish in the first place? But the reason why I say we as hip hop lost, I mean, and this goes back to what I said before. What was the battle? What battle? Because the only thing I heard was people tearing each other down and talking about as much things they can talk about one another. They degraded one another. So what was the battle? Oh, yeah. What was the skill set?
Well, hey, if I have to answer that question, well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this: I'm not against battling. You know, I love a good fisticuffs. You know, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. What my position is that I see behind the curtain, and when I'm, because I still believe the battle was, I think the battle was needed in a sense of making it a little bit more balanced in like lyricism, because actually people paid attention to lyrics this time in this one.
Well, people was Googling like crazy for this thing. Right.
Wow. But when I look past the battle, because with anything, there's a smoke screen, right? Like this battle was great, but sometimes you got to look past the battle, and I start, and in my mind, the way my mind works, I start to connect stuff. You know, everything is like flashes, right? It's like, you know, and I start to see things. I'm like, wait, nah, like this, yeah, this is cool, but what's next though? Like, all right, what's the next thing? Are we like I still don't see it going in a better place after this. Like, this doesn't make it better. You know, it's just because I know after this, there's gonna be just more female rappers. That's gonna be ratchet. That's the part that I'm kind of looking at the future and saying to myself, okay, this was cool, but like said, Trim just said, Universal got a payday, right? Everybody got paydays, but what happens to my kids though? What happens to my what other new artists are gonna be putting out that's gonna balance this thing out? That's what I'm saying. We just need to pack up and leave. But my bad, Trim. I just wanted to say, like, you know, I like the battle, but when you look behind the battle, something don't look right back there. Something don't look right back there.
And I found it so funny that people were taking the time to Google and search the lyrics that Kendrick was saying and breaking all this stuff down and having all these different types of meanings and stuff like that. All that effort, all the intuition, and yet people won't put that same effort and intuition into reading their Bibles or trying to put that energy into something else to try to be productive, to try to bring people together. It's interesting.
Yeah. So what do I feel when I asked Trim, I asked, like, Tino already answered this, but I want to know your answer. What do you feel that this new music, that we feel that like another music genre that excludes basically the perversion of who we are, that exclusive perversion of who we are. What do you feel that content looks like?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what the content looks like. But what I do know as a people, if we want to try to start excluding perversion and everything, what's going on, it's going to go to spiritual, because all this stuff is spiritual what we're dealing with. So what I feel like is that we, as a human race, have gone past the mark of we're not, our relationship is not made right with Yah. So the farther we go away from him, that's where we get all this other craziness. So it just goes to show you how far, we as a people, we have, like, as humankind is gone. I mean, that's where it is. Like, what if you're trying to change some things? If it's first going to start trying to get back to a moral compass, and that for me, that's going closer to him. But I mean, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, cause I meant to do a podcast on that weekend album cover. The one,
Party Next Door.
Yeah, Party Next Door, whatever. Yeah, it was Party Next Door. Yeah, there's certain things that's just unnecessary. You know what I mean? And certain things that are just triggering people. But anyway, I ain't gonna go there, because I'll be going on and on about that. I ain't gonna do that. But man, that was good. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to get that up my chest, man.
I just looked at it. Wow.
What? Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's no filter. There's no filter to all this. So to get back to where we have some morals or whatever, it's gonna have to be our relationship and to Elohim. You know what's really funny? And this is how you know, and it's funny how people want to try to exclude the fact, but they'll be quick to believe the fact that there is evil in the world and that the devil is real, but they refuse to believe that we have a creator and that Yah is real. They'll be quick to believe that there's demons and there's a devil, but they won't believe that there's a God. I wonder why. I wonder that's got to be funny, and that's how you know that the devil is real, because the devil's main thing is to cause confusion. So why not cause confusion to that? He allows it to where people will run to, play with, and have a thought and idea that the devil or evil exists, but you have no idea or know that they're opposite, the word there's a creator and there's actually good, and Yah that exists. I find that really weird.
Yeah, I mean, like Walt mentioned earlier, everybody will have an opportunity. Yeah. Everybody will have an opportunity. Mm-hmm. So that's just
deeper than rap, graffiti, break dance, and DJ and b-boy stance. MCing, I harness those artifacts, collecting data of the transitions like an almanac. Hip-hop ain't dead, these young boys different, adapting over time. Every day the world's spinning, let's celebrate the fact we still winning, we global. Kids from the project became moguls. Real to real track boards to Pro Tools, vinyls, cassettes, and the tape decks, CDs. Now you can stream your music to the consumer direct and get most of the check. I'm noble, and with that, I gotta respect that you ain't gotta accept that you can ride and get left, yo. Bars beyond ground level.